Roger Moore, the epitome of sophistication, of being a gentleman. And I don't use that word lightly. I mean, these days, even the idiot down the road, they call a gentleman. Ridiculous. No, he was a true gentleman. He was well behaved, well dressed. He was the epitome of sophistication. A gentleman in the real sense of the word. A very, very pleasant man. The perfect man. Some people said he was, especially women, they said he was too good looking, which he was. And I used to watch him in The Saint. And I remember in those days, if I had a choice to look like a man, a certain man, it would have been looking like him and behaving like him. He was, for me, the epitome of the perfect man. Strong, good looking, but non-violent. You couldn't feel any violence coming from him whatsoever. In fact, he had a hatred of guns because of his war years when a gun blew up in his hand. But I was surprised when he said that this was lately before he died. He admitted that he was molested as a child. And I started thinking about that word, molested. As a child, I would have adored being molested by a girl, a woman. A good-looking woman, of course, under the age of 35. But the perfect woman for me at that age, when I was a child of 3 or 4 or 5, would have been 19-year-old. For me, I always looked at 19 as being perfect, and I still do to this day, even though I'm 70 now. But Roger Moore, I started thinking about the word molestation. It's a terrible word, isn't it? It says so many things without actually saying it. It normally means, for everyone I should imagine, including me, something done against another person sexually where the other person doesn't like it. But then I started thinking about it. Surely for those people who speak up against it, there are those who are gay who don't speak up because they enjoyed it. I don't want to make this lopsided and just talk about gay boys, of course, because there are girls out there who also enjoy sex at a young age and think of sex all the time. And I've always been surprised when I've talked to my girlfriends and asked them when they first got interested in sex, and you would be surprised as well. We're talking about really young. I'm not even going to say the age because it would make you angry, so I won't say it. But really young. And some of the things they got up to, phew, yeah, it even surprised me. I think the main point is to realise that a lot of these gay boys and straight girls were, and gay girls as well, whatever sexual things they did as children, it never affected them in a negative way. Some of them did stay gay in adulthood and others didn't. But what I don't agree with is the standpoint of religious people, where they say that certain sexual acts under a certain age is going to destroy that person in some way. This is just an outrageous lie. And when I think about my own sexuality as a child, trying to curb it just affected me my whole life, in fact. Even now I feel guilty when I think about having sex with women. No, it's most unfair. They pervert normality. And after all, when I used to be with my little dog, who was a girl, no one ever said to her, "Oi, put some clothes on, you're naked, you're showing off your body." No one ever said that. Or when she was having sex with another dog in the park, No one ever said, oh, you two, you can't do that. You can't have sex like that. She's underage. She was underage. I think she was maybe 2 at the time, 2 or 3 years of age. Just a young girl, a youngster. And yet, no one said a thing. No, it's just double standards, which I don't like. You can't say that one's black and that one's white. It's not. It's either all black or it's all white. I'm sure a lot of you will disagree with me because you've been sold this lie by the Christians, the religious, and I can't stand religious people because they never follow logic or reason. And all our laws and the way we see things is through religious eyes quite often. They've made an impact, and they do tell lies to get that impact over. So what happens when the ones who enjoy it are molested? They don't see it as molestation, do they? And then I started thinking about when it all started. Well, it started years ago, probably around the Victorian times. In fact, it did, if I remember rightly. And it's normally the religious people who are behind these sex laws. They see sex as dirty and disgusting unless you are married. And then I should imagine some of these people who are very, very religious would only expect such things between men and women if they were just going just for a baby. I find that so backward. The whole thing I find quite backward. No, I find today we often abuse words all the time. To tell lies, to push a lie. And I don't agree with that. I'm always for truth. Whether the truth is something that you don't like or you do like, the truth is the main thing. We should always aim for the truth. And this word molest or molested or molestation has been greatly used for bad, to try and show things to be bad when they're not bad at all. Because as I said, 50% of people who are so-called molested never tell because they enjoyed what happened. And just a reminder, if you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thank you.